Welcome to another deep dive. This time, we're looking at China's space program. And wow, there's a lot going on over there.
It really does seem like they're firing on all cylinders, doesn't it?
Yeah, from new rockets to, get this, a permanent moon base. We'll unpack all of that.
Right. And we'll see how these recent developments fit into their long-term space ambitions.
It's really exciting, actually. China's charting its own path in space, developing its own technologies, and setting really ambitious goals.
Absolutely. And that's what makes it so interesting to watch. They're not just replicating what others have done. They're really trying to make their own mark.
Exactly. Well, let's start with their newest rocket, the Chang Zheng 8A.
Okay, so the Chang Zheng 8A. This is really part of their push to develop more powerful and efficient rockets. And a big part of that is this new engine. It's a second-stage engine that burns liquid hydrogen and oxygen.
Ah, so that's a much cleaner fuel, right?
Exactly. And it also gives the rocket a significant performance boost compared to the traditional kerosene-based engines.
So it's a win-win then. Better for the environment and more efficient for getting to space.
Absolutely.
I'm curious, though. Does this new engine tech play into their future missions?
Oh, definitely. China's planning to use this engine tech in all their future medium and heavy lift rockets.
Wow, so that's a pretty big deal then.
Yeah, it really suggests a long-term strategy for them. Sustainability and performance seem to be key, especially for their more ambitious missions, like sending humans to the moon.
Which brings us to the other big news. China's spaceport expansions. I mean, they're really investing heavily in upgrading their launch facilities.
Yeah, they're expanding like crazy. Both Henan and Haiyang spaceports are getting major upgrades. And we're talking multiple new launch pads here.
So what's the reason for all this construction?
Well, it's pretty simple. They want to be able to launch way more missions. I mean, their goal is to drastically increase the number of launches they do each year.
Okay, but how many launches are we actually talking about?
Get this. By 2027, they're aiming for 100 launches per year at Haiyang alone.
100? That's, what, almost 3 times what the U.S. is doing right now?
Yeah, you're right. It's a huge jump. And it really shows how serious they are about becoming a dominant force in space. I mean, this is going to allow them to deploy a lot more satellites for everything from communication to Earth observation.
So they're thinking long term.
Yeah.
And it sounds like they're also taking inspiration from SpaceX with their interest in reusable rockets.
Oh, absolutely. China's working on developing their own reusable rockets, too.
And do we know anything about their designs?
Well, the focus seems to be on rockets with diameters of 4 and 5 meters.
Okay, so similar in size to SpaceX's Falcon 9 then.
Yeah, exactly. So they're really aiming for reusability on a scale that could significantly lower the cost of getting to space.
And of course, if they could pull that off, it's going to shake things